That's crazy to me. What's good? That is crazy to me, bro. Crazy motel story happened to me. No cap. Y'all know I don't cap ever. I know, unless I'm playing Among Us, I'm not gonna cap to you, bro. I got a crazy motel story to tell you then. Obviously, I'm still alive, so it ain't nothing like dumb crazy, all right? But the fact that he uploaded one talking about 100 motels, hotels scared me. Hotels scared me. Why you think you take a hoe to a hotel? No, I'm playing. No, we think about to check out 3 true scary stories that happened at motels by the homie Mr. Nightmare. Check out the original video. Link will be in the description below. At the end, I'm gonna tell you that story. I'm not gonna forget. I'll put that on everything. All right, but let's go. It's me, Steve.
During a road trip, I was passing through Ohio. It was around that time I was starting to get sleepy behind the wheel, so I stopped in this small town called Xenia. I looked for a hotel or motel and found this place called Xenia Country Inn. It looked a little run down, but so did this whole town if I'm being honest. Plus, all I needed was a night's sleep. Nothing fancy, so I parked in the lot and went to the little front office, which was in the front corner of one of the 2 buildings to the motel. There was an old man sitting there reading the paper. It was hot in there, and there was a loud buzzing sound from his tabletop fan. I asked for a room, and the man finally looked up from his paper without greeting me.
Cause they be
said
rude.
65.
They do be rude as shit there too, cause they ain't got nothing else to do but kill your stupid ass.
I assumed he meant $65 for the room, so I handed him my credit card.
For that?
I asked if it's possible to get a corner room, and he simply said no. The customer service here was clearly not something included in the price.
My mouth was swallowed. Excuse me,
And
cuz.
he simply said no. The customer service here was clearly not something included in the price. The man handed me this old-fashioned key on an otherwise blank key ring. They still didn't use key cards at this place. I walked across the parking lot to my room. The door was actually hard to unlock. I had to shimmy the key a little just to get it to finally turn. Before walking in, I looked around the lot, and there were only 2 other cars in the parking lot. It was a ghost town. I stepped into the room, and it smelled like a mix of cotton and vomit. I wondered if I should go back and ask for a different room, but I realized by the look of this place, all the rooms probably smelt.
Cause they covering up the dead bodies.
It had a blue, dirty, worn-out looking carpet, a couch, a small coffee table, and a bed. I shut the door and tried to lock it, but I was having trouble. More trouble than I did unlocking it.
You know why? Cause it's already jammed. Cause someone probably, man, have y'all ever seen Vacancy? Cause somebody probably already, I'm telling you, I love that movie. Let me get to the point. My bad, man. Look, somebody probably already boom, 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 broken into kill somebody, so the lock already ain't good. I'm not saying that the motel is killing people. I'm not saying that, but I bet you they don't give. I bet you they don't care. Why would you? Boy, I'd have woke up. You couldn't pay me to sleep there. Like, nah, I got a little more energy. They gave me a little boost. I'm good.
I shut the door and tried to lock it, but I was having trouble. More trouble than I did unlocking it. After about 30 seconds of shimmying and almost popping a blood vessel trying to unlock it, I felt I may have broken it. But when I tried opening the door, it wouldn't open.
Oh, hell no.
Even though the door wasn't fully locked, as long as the door wouldn't open, that's all that mattered, I figured.
Oh, I thought you meant it would. Okay.
I crawled up in the bed, and I heard all the old springs squeaking as my weight pushed into the mattress and the bed frame.
You laid on that?
I tried putting on the TV, but of course, the remote didn't work. So I just crawled under the covers and tried to go to sleep.
Ugh.
Then it happened. I nearly jumped out of my own skin when there was one loud thump at the window. I looked at the guy standing outside of it, and he started talking, sounding all hurt and in need of help. He was saying, "Hey, please let me in. I hurt myself bad.
Hell no,
I
go
need
to the
help."
front.
And he definitely saw me in that bed. I yelled back to go to the front desk. He wouldn't stop, though. There was no way I was opening that door. I had a feeling he was acting and this was a trap. Eventually, after ignoring him for long enough, he left. I turned to check and confirm, and he was gone. I hadn't realized how truly unsafe this area was. I had to get up and check the lock on the door just to be safe and make sure the door wouldn't open. I gave the door a couple good pulls, and it didn't open. I then closed the curtains in front of the 2 windows so that he couldn't come back and look in at me again. That shook me up a bit, but the nerves calmed within half an hour, and I was able to fall into a half sleep not too long after. I started having this weird dream where I was in a closed supermarket running from the manager who was chasing me, and at some point during the dream, these clicking sounds started taking over, to the point that my whole dream shifted to incorporate these sounds. And then with that, I was awake. The room was cold for some reason. Then I looked down and realized the blanket was pulled off of me.
Oh shit!
I sat up to pull it back over me, but then I saw at the foot of the bed, there was this tall figure looming over me.
Hey, and that's a scary situation. Cause if I'm laying down and you over me, bro, it's a GG. That's why when you get a fight, you don't want to be the one to hit the ground. Cause bro, if you hit that ground, oh, they gonna stomp your ass. We're not talking about a fight. With them just standing over you like that, that is crazy. Cause there's not really much you can do. The fact that you took your goofy ass back to sleep after that, you know this don't look safe. You know the service is bad. You know they ain't gonna give a damn if nothing happened. You see the door lock is not good. You just get there and cuz already beating on the window. That's crazy.
Then I saw at the foot of the bed, there was this tall figure looming over me. Before I could scream, he went shh, told me not to move. He told me he wouldn't hurt me if I didn't make any movements or sounds. Then he asked me where my wallet was. I told him in my jeans pocket on the floor. All I saw was this figure towering over me in the bed, moving away from the foot of the bed to my jeans on the floor. I heard him rustling with the jeans, digging through the pocket until he found it. Then he asked what else I had in there.
Right, I
was just taking a road trip. With that, he didn't say another word and left. I ran to try and relock the door as soon as he left, having the same trouble as earlier.
Boy, he already got in there.
I then called the police, but they were of no immediate assistance. We went to the guy at the front desk, who played back the video footage caught. However, the guy who entered the room was wearing a face mask and a hat, hiding all of his features. I got my money back and left. Thank God I didn't have much cash in my wallet. I canceled all my cards and slept in my car. I learned my lesson, never to stop at a sketchy motel.
I'm telling you, never ever do that. Ever, bro. That's crazy. The fact that all that happened and you still stayed there, I get it. For some people, it's a certain situation, like it's all I can afford. I get that. But like bro said, I promise you, I will find a safe area and sleep in my car before I stay at a sketchy motel in the middle of nowhere. I almost stayed at one. And that led to that story. I'm gonna tell you. Crazy. Good thing he just went ahead and cooperated, because there was nothing he could do, bro. Bro was sitting over him.
Early last year, my father and I traveled down to do some charity work in a small town that was flooded from recent rainfall. We had gathered a truckload full of donated clothes and items to help families get back on their feet. The first night, we stayed in a hotel that had a perfect view of the ocean. That night, my dad and I stayed up watching the Blair Witch Project on my laptop using the hotel's free Wi-Fi. Let's just say I didn't get much sleep. The next night, my mom had booked us a room at a motel, seeing as we didn't expect to stay a second night. It was 100 meters away from a trailer park, and the property overlooked a large lake. The area was tucked away from the public and was surrounded by trees. My mom claimed that everywhere else was fully booked, so we had no other options.
Shit.
We met the two managers who ran and lived at the motel. There was an old lady who was sweet and informed us about everything we needed to know, including the fact that the lake hadn't been full for 20 years. Her husband, however, looked like he was taken straight from a serial killer movie, him being the serial killer. He never spoke a word to us, he never smiled. His wrinkles melted on his face, and he had dark rings around his eyes. That's when my dad and I started to have an uneasy feeling about that place. The rest of the day went by in a blur, so my dad and I went out for pizza and a movie afterward to avoid going back to that place as much as possible. Once we arrived back at the motel, it was around 8 p.m. and it was completely dark. As we went to the back of the truck to get our luggage, we found a bag of children's clothes hidden underneath a spare tire. We began to walk the bag over to the trailer park, thinking that a family may get good use out of it, when I felt the sudden urge to go back to the motel, seeing as we watched a scary movie last night, coincidentally about teenagers encountering a witch in the woods. We went to the front desk with the bag and asked the creepy old manager if we could leave it with him to donate to the trailer park, seeing as they were neighbors and we had to leave early in the morning to go back home. His eyes widened and he shook his head while saying, "No, there's no way in hell, I refuse to go there." Then he walked off. Dad and I just looked at each other, saying with our eyes, what the hell just happened?
Right? I know, y'all right by
We then decided to drop it off in the charity bin back home. We went to sleep once we had all our showers, which was about an hour or so later. I specifically remember waking up at 2:17 a.m. because of Dad's snoring. I stayed up reading a book on my phone. My body faced towards the door. I also remember hearing cars speeding up and down the driveway that night. I let the thought slide, thinking it was just some guys goofing off. That assumption later vanished after I noticed a bright blue light appear through the cracks on the top and bottom part of the door, and silent whispers coming from the other side that I was unable to decipher. I was too scared to even move. I was frozen in the spot. My heart was beating in my throat and my hands were shaking, and I mean literally shaking. I heard the door handle begin to rattle. And
I'm bouncing up! We gotta scrap, cuz!
That this wasn't gonna end well. The light then disappeared, followed by complete and utter silence. I was still frozen in that spot for another 3 minutes, which felt like hours, before I woke up to my dad and told him everything that had happened. He then laughed and explained to me that earlier in the night he couldn't sleep due to hearing scratches in the walls right beside our bed.
What the
I was confused and didn't believe him until he put his finger to his lips while saying, "Shh, do you hear that?" Everything went silent until I heard brief scratches coming from our bed frame. I shot out of the bed and told Dad that we needed to leave, so we left the room key on the bed while sneaking off to the truck. We ended up leaving at 2:32 a.m. Never will I ever go near that motel ever again.
Bags, bro! And the fact that, bro, and did he say he heard it just go on the bed frame? Bro, that mean legit somebody was under that, or they probably had a hole or something in it, bro. I'm telling you, these sketchy hotels, I feel like they'd be a setup to get people, dog. I legit believe vacancy. I don't know if you've ever seen vacancy. I believe it. Bro, that's the perfect opportunity. It's like these little sketchy hotels, motels in the middle of nowhere. Cops ain't coming out here, and if they do, it's gonna take them forever. It's crazy. What the hell you looking at?
I am. Never will I ever go near that motel ever again.
Get your own damn applesauce, damn.
Long story short, my ex-girlfriend and I had a pretty explosive relationship, and we didn't get along very often. We were on this weekend trip in the mountains just to go sightseeing and hiking because we thought it would be good for us. But shit hit the fan in the hotel room on the second night, and basically I couldn't sleep in the same room as her.
Her sneaky link.
Instead of getting another hotel room for myself for like $150, I drove literally down the road to a motel and stopped there to stay for a fraction of the price.
Boy, you crazy. We just be two mad motherfuckers in the same room. I sleep on one side, you sleep on the other side. Ain't go no damn motel. I be about to stick your ass. One day I'm gonna stick your ass. Watch.
I drove literally down the road to a motel and stopped there to stay for a fraction of the price. My logic was, if I left for the night and gave her time to cool off, maybe things would be better by morning. I got a room for, I'm not lying, $50 for the night. When I was walking towards my room, the room next door was wide open. As I passed, I looked inside, and it was lit up by the blue glow of the TV screen. Though from the angle I was at, I could not see what was on the screen. I didn't see anyone inside, but then again, I didn't stop to look like a weirdo. I proceeded to my room. It was a modest, normal-looking motel room for the price. Just a queen-size bed with a typical tacky floral bed cover, a TV, and a sofa. I wasn't really tired, so I just laid with the TV on and played games on my phone for a while. There was some weird noise from what I thought was coming from the TV, so I turned it off, but the noise persisted. It wasn't the TV. So I got up and listened, and realized it was coming from the room next door. I couldn't tell if it was a fighting couple, if it was the TV from next door, or if it was the sound of someone dying. It was just incredibly muffled. At this point, I had nothing else to do but to try and go to sleep. But then there was a banging on the wall separating the two rooms. I got up and went closer to the wall, and it happened again. It was without a doubt someone on the other side pounding on it with their fist. Why were they doing this? I can't say I wasn't a little freaked out, but I had to just be a man and confront them. I went over next door. Surprisingly, the door to the room was still open and the TV was still on, but there was no sound. I knocked on the open door, asking if there was a problem or if someone needed help. There was no response. I could even see that the bathroom door was open and the light was off. I stepped into the room slowly, cautiously. When I cleared the wall blocking the view of the sofa and the bed, I still saw nobody. I just stood there all confused like. I went closer to the TV to look at what exactly was on the screen.
Watch it be his room.
It was just a blank blue screen. But there was a sticky note on the screen. It had writing on it. I picked it off the screen. It said, check under the bed.
Oh, hell no! Hell song now. Woo! Damn. I'm on that. I'm on that shit.
Writing on it. I picked it off the screen. It said, "Check under the bed."
Oh, shit!
I dropped the note and ran out of the room, slamming the door. I ran back to my room and made sure to double lock the door with the chain lock.
You ran back to your room. I'm running back to the car. I'm coming back, baby. Look, my bad. You right. I seen you slept with your cousin. You hella right. I'm coming back. I gotta get back. I'm checking the fuck out.
Slamming the door. I ran back to my room and made sure to double lock the door with the chain lock. I crawled into bed and texted my girlfriend telling her what just happened and that I was freaking out. She called me immediately and I started telling her over the phone. As I was mid-explaining it, there were more bangs on the motel room wall.
Nigga, you call her, not the police? Boy, I'm calling 12. Hell, she gonna do her. The side piece already there because you left. You think they about to come get you? No. It's crazy to me. They legit over there listening to throat babies and you calling them. Call the boys. I'm trying to give them to it. Stop playing.
As I was mid-explaining it,
Crazy.
There were more bangs on the motel room wall. She heard it clearly because I put it on speaker. I started freaking out, and she told me to run to my car or to the front desk.
Duh!
I chose to run to the front desk so I could get my money back. I told the guy at the front desk that he should go to the room next to mine and kick the person out. But he looked at me and laughed and said that there was no one staying on either side of that room.
Oh, you cap!
He seemed to know immediately that they were both vacant. I told him he needs to check it out and that I needed my money back. So he went with
you can keep that little $50. I'm gone. You can keep it. I'm gone. I'm not even about to fight you for. I almost be the no manager. I'm gone.
I told him he needs to check it out and that I needed my money back.
He know what's going on. He ain't about to check
So
that.
he went with me with a key to the room in his hand and unlocked the door. But now the TV was off and the room was dark. He walked inside and checked under the bed as the note had said. Even the post-it note that I dropped on the floor was gone. He refused to refund me, but it was $50. I didn't care. I left and went back to the hotel to my girlfriend and was glad to hug her and sleep in the same bed.
I told you! Babe,
I don't know what I witnessed in that motel room. I don't know who or what was under that bed, and I don't want to know.
I want to know! No! Come on, man. I wanted to know hella. Damn! I ain't gonna lie, though. I would have never knew if that was me in that situation either, because I'd have dipped instantly. I ain't looking under the bed neither. But damn, I wanted to know, man. But look, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You can stay where you want. You know how to protect yourself. If you feel safe, you got it. I can't tell you how to spend your money. But man, I just feel like I feel like those things are legit traps sometimes. I almost stayed at a motel one freaking time. And the one time I almost did, man, I realized this ain't it, Coach. So look, me and my partner Joe, I ain't gonna use this government. Me and my partner Joe, he subscribed to the channel too. What up, bro? Look, so we driving from Texas back to Arizona. I went to get my truck. We driving back, boom, boom, boom. My sister would tell make sure you have your hotel gas, everything, boom, boom, before it get dark. Don't wait last minute to like try to find somewhere rinky-dink. I'm like, all right, you know that, boom, boom, boom. Not listening, you know what I'm saying? It's been a little stupid college kid, not listening. We like, man, we low on gas and we getting tired, bro. We pulling this small, I'm talking about this small little city. Video done, you can leave if you want. I'm just telling you the story. Pulling this small little city. I kid you not, it was like on some Nightmare on Elm Street type ish, bro. This Walmart was so small, but when you walk in, bro, I ain't never in my life seen a missing child poster this big. You like my wall behind me on here, like that you can see right here, bro. Long ass snot. I'm talking about me and my bro. Like for one, it sounds hella small. It's that many missing kids. So forget it. We get what we need to get. Boom, get out of there. It's a strange town too. Nobody saying hi. It's weird, bro. Legit like on some movie ish. So we pull this little rinky-dink motel. You know what I'm saying? Because we like, yo, trying to save some money, and we right here. We stuck really, not really stuck, but we at the end. We tied basically, bro. Soon as we walk up into the front desk, you know what I'm saying? We're walking like, yeah, we want to get a room, whatever. This man looked up, looked at my partner, looked at me, legit on some Rob Zombie type of ish. Like, now all his teeth was messed up. So you want a room here? So at this point, I'm looking like, ooh, no, cuz no, I don't. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm tripping. Don't let my mind take it. I'm like, yeah, we just want to get one room, like 2 beds in it. He's like, you guys don't want like a room with the same bed, so you can sleep in the same bed. And when he said that, at that point, I'm telling you, bro, y'all think I be capping. Instance kicked in, bro. No cap. This is exactly what happened. I'm not trying to make the story sound good. And then I'm like, oh yeah, actually, because I'm letting him know. I'm trying to let him know he getting his weight. That way he won't send nobody to kill me. So I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, dang, that's all you got? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, we'll take that then. It's cool. I was like, let me go get my wallet out the truck or whatever. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll get everything set up for you. So me and Joe, we walking out. You know, so you know, you open the door, ding, like you hear the door talking, ding, like we walk a little bit, and old boy to the car. When I said we got, we was like, and when I said we got the hell out of there so quick, bro. I legit feel like this boy wanted us in that same bed, and I guarantee he probably had a camera or something that was watching. He probably gonna come in there and try to get us, bro. Boy, you wasn't getting me, bro. Yo, I'm gonna have the video here though. But what was hella dope though, that my partner knew, bro. I ain't had to say nothing to him. We already knew what it was. We knew what time it was. We was already on that type of time. Like we knew. Like, yep. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get the wild trouble, boom, boom. My partner walked with me and said, we got that motherfucker. Pew! Got out of Dodge. Cause hey, yo, if you just be on the like, comment, share, comment, that's awesome. This, everybody's Charlie's out.